Hi. Okay, so today we're going to go ahead and talk about making pages for your album. And I have 6 sheets, and they are the 12 by 12 size, and those are the sizes you'll need. So you'll need 6 of those. I'll put those aside for now. But let's go ahead and get out our hinge that we made in the last class and our book. Now, I told you I was going to put lace on mine, and I did. You don't have to. I will teach you how to do this in another class, but since I've already made one of these albums for my granddaughter, I'm going to go ahead and show you basically what you would do. So when you turn your book inside out, you can see the 2 lines that show the spine, and that's where your hinges are going to go. And when if you can fold all of your little hinge thingies down and just fold it to the last fold, that fits perfectly between those 2 lines before you even get to the book cover. And so the 1 inch extra sections on each side will actually go on the book cover. So this is what you'll need to be able to do. The easiest thing to do is when you put your glue on, hold one of your edges up and put the 1 inch on, kind of like that. And then the rest of it will go in very nicely. You can push it down then. So you'll want to make sure that you have about 1/8 of an inch on each bottom and top, and that each of these 1 inch pieces that don't have the peaks are going on your front and your back. So this is fairly easy. Let's go ahead. I'm going to turn a light on. Maybe, is that? No, that doesn't help, does it? Let's turn the big light on. Hang on. Did that help? Yeah, a little bit, except I make a shadow. That's okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to put glue on the entire back. Now, this is where a lot of people will use the score tape. They'll just score tape the whole thing. You already know I'm not crazy about score tape. So I'm putting glue on the entire this, you might really enjoy that other glue that I've shown you, the Aleene's. It doesn't dry as fast, and when you have a lot of stuff to glue like this, sometimes you don't want your glue to dry quite so fast. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's up or down. There is no right or wrong way. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up one side and make sure that my 1 inch gets in that corner. And you can see I have left 1/8 of an inch on the top and 1/8 of an inch on the bottom. Now, don't worry, you don't have this because you have the lace, but if you put anything on here, you don't worry about what left over, because we put pretty paper on it and it just hides everything. Right now, we're just doing the foundation part of our book. So I'm going to take my bone folder and push it down really well, especially where I have this lace. And again, you guys don't have to worry about that. Make sure it gets hooked down really well. And there you have it. And your hinges are right there. Very nice. I have a few little places that I'm going to put a little extra glue. They're popping up, so I'm just going to fill those with a little extra glue to make sure that it stays. Okay, now there's one more spot. Let me put a little extra in there. And this is easy with these nice little noses that come on this glue. They fit into nice little tight corners, especially when the glue doesn't hold real well. There we go. That looks better. Okay, that looks lots better. So there are my hinge peaks, and we're ready to make a page. So I'm going to get out my, oh, I did a bad thing. I left my needle just sit there. I like to put it in my shirt. Then I don't lose it. Okay, so I'm going to open up my score and cut board. I really like this one. It's not as big as the other ones I have. I'm going to open this. No, I'm not. I'm going to close it because we're going to score. Because each of these pages is actually 12 by 12. And what you're going to want to do is make sure you have your lip, your big lip on the hinge part laying down. You can see mine's laying down. And I'm going to push it the whole way up against that and the whole way up against this so that it's flush with both of these edges. So the thing is, I want to score on the 6-inch line. There's one. I'm going to do that again. And then I'm going to flip it 1/4 of a turn and do the same thing. Push it, make sure it's touching both of my edges, and I'm going to score it on the 6. Okay, so when you fold it, fold one this way and fold one this way. You have it folded like that. So I'm going to do another one with you. I'm going to push it up against all my edges to make sure it's square. I'm going to mark the 6-inch, which is halfway. Turn it 1/4 of a turn, push it up against, and mark it on my 6. Okay, let's do another one. Push. Oops, that's not quite flush. 6. 1/4 of a turn. 6. Okay, I have 3 more I think to do, so. Oops, I got off on the wrong. And I'm going to fold that since I accidentally slipped over to the other one, just so I know which one's the 6-inch. It's easy to do, especially when you get going fast like I sometimes do. If you go slow enough, you don't skip. But if you go zippity-doo-dah like I do, sometimes you'll just skip from 6 to 5 7/8. So don't do that. Keep it on the 6. There we go. I have 5 and my last one. Excuse me. The allergens have just been horrible this year, and my asthma is kind of under control, but every once in a while I get that hacky cold cough. Okay, so there we go. Now I am going to show you 2 ways to cut these, and it's entirely up to you how you want to do this. First of all, you will fold both folds. So that they've both been folded. And then you will just pick one of the smaller boxes and you will cut halfway just up to your other fold line. So you will find your line. See, I have glue. I'm not as sweet as Scrap Queen. Diana always cleans off her. And you can cut it with your scissors. Just go slowly until you get to your perpendicular fold. And so you'll have this. You'll have one full side and then 2 that are flipped. And this is going to make your page. So we'll flip this back and we'll flip this back, but then we're going to flip this way down. So you have this. Now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. And later we will make a nice little pocket that goes over that. And basically, I'm just going to use a scrap right now so you can kind of see. Basically, we will use a paper like this, fold it over, put it here, and we will glue it to the ends. But we're not going to do that today. We're just going to make our pages. Tomorrow we will go ahead and put our pockets together. So if yours looks like mine, the fold, and then the 2 single pieces come like this, you have 6 pages right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this will be closed so that when you put it on your book, you can actually put little love letters or pictures or whatever you like in here. So there's one. Let's go ahead and I'll show you the other way that you can cut these. I'm better at cutting them this way. So on your cut and scoreboard, I've lifted up my hinge. And I'm going to fold my paper like I did with the other one. There's one side, and there's the other side. Now, you know where your line is that cuts. So I have pulled my blade the entire way down towards me. I will, and this is, you just have to be very careful, I will line up both ends of where I have scored on that cut line. I will hold it, shut my blade, and then I will watch. This is where my perpendicular fold is. So I will cut only until there's a straight line across your knife, and that's where your blade is. And I will push that until that line lines up with my perpendicular line. And when you open it, you can see it's just perfect. And I cut it straighter if I do it this way. So it folds this way. We're going to take these single pieces, fold them back up on the other part, and then flip it that way. So again, where your fold is, the opposite side, tomorrow we will make a pocket and it will close this up and make a nice piece. So you have 2 pieces done. Let's do it one more time. So I have this one, I have folded. I'm going to put it in, I'm going to pull this clear down, the whole way down. I'm going to put it in and line it up on my cut line with my score where I have scored. I will shut this and hold it tight. And again, I cut until the line on my knife lines up with the perpendicular fold. You don't go the whole way, you just go halfway. So when you look, I have cut, oops, I didn't get that down far enough. There we go. I have cut just up to that fold. So when you look at it, it looks like this. Again, a whole piece and then 2 half pieces. So your fold goes like this. You're going to go ahead and fold these back on top of that solid piece and then fold it in towards itself. And again, there you have it. We will make pockets for this one. We will have 6 pages that have pockets and 12 pages that don't. Okay. I will do another one with you. I'll do all of them. I'm good about that. It doesn't bother me. I'm happy to do it with you. So I go ahead and fold it. And you girls know to stop the video if I get ahead of you. You're welcome to slow everything down. That's the nice thing about, I love that about YouTube. Nobody ever gets ahead of me because I stop them. Okay, I close that and I go until this line lines up with these fold lines. And again, there we got it. So it folds this way, so I'm going to take these back to the solid one. and this back to the solid one. And we have another paper. And we'll put our pocket there. Okay, one more. Fold it. Fold it. And when you fold it, it just makes it easier when you're looking for where you're going to cut it. Slip it. Put your score lines where your cut line is on your board. Yep, make sure it's at the top and the bottom. And cut to your fold lines. And there we go. Push them back. Push it back. Lift it up. And you have your page. And I have one more to do with you, and then we're going to go ahead and put this video up. So this one's already folded. This is the first one I did, so I folded it. Pull this down. I will line up my scored lines on my cut line. I will cut only halfway. Folds this way, so I'm going to push these up towards it. That's what's so nice about this album. It's very simple, but it teaches you a lot of skills that you need when we go to make fancier books. So there we go. Okay, so you have 6 pages, 6 sheets that will go in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But when you put them in, you're going to have 18 pages. Now, I am going to decorate my pages before I put them on the hinges, since I have already put on my lace, because we always do the outside of our book last, because as you're laying it here, it can get scuffed up, it can get marked up, it can get glue on it. So if you get that stuff on it while it's pristine like this, it's not a big deal. But if you have decorated all of this and you scratch it or get glue or ink or something that you don't want to, then that ruins your project. So we always do the outside last, except in my case where I really had to put the lace on so that it would be hidden under my hinge. And because I did that, then there is a fix for that. And the fix is, I'm going to put this aside. And next time I will take out one of our pages and I will decorate it, and then I will glue it in. I don't glue all of them in. Usually we just glue all of them into our hinge and then we start decorating. But I'm going to do it just different. I'm going to do it decorate first. Okay, so tomorrow, bring your scoreboard and your pencils and your glue and some, maybe 2 pieces of your cardboard. If you have any of them like this, I will give you the measurements tomorrow. Make sure and use all of your scraps first before you start cutting into good. See, like I have this. This will make a perfect, yeah, because I only make them about 2 inches tall. And so I will have to cut this on the, and make it, we will flip it then over here. So get out your scraps first, and we'll work with your scraps first, and then if we have to, we'll get into some good paper and cut it all up. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed this. This has been fun for me. Please join me again, and I will put this up for you, and then there will be more. Okay, bye. Thanks for coming.